Hi, this is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to be making some Halloween embellishments. So let's get started. So for this project, we're going to be using these packaging pieces that I had, and I love using these. I love the shape of these, and the shape came from my stamping block. So if you ever want to use your stamping blocks, if you have one similar to this, or if you even have one that's just square, you can use them. So I've used these in other videos to make embellishments, and I thought this would be perfect to use for this project. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me just show you what I have. I'm working with the green. I like this green cardstock. I think it'll go perfect because I'm looking at the green, purple, orange, and yellow colors, and maybe mix in some black also. So this orange is perfect for covering that. So this will be the base for my project. And then I've got these cute little pumpkins, little mini pumpkins that I cut out. And this was from a stamp set. I just cut a bunch of stuff out, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Some candy corns, something like that to add to it. And then those stamp sets also had some words. Let me just show you. This one is called Country Pumpkin, and you may have seen me use this before. I love this stamp set, and I love kind of getting it out around the time of that the Halloween comes up. And here's the candy corn right here that I'm using. I'm going to use the Trick or Treat words, and this is a Maymay Made It stamp set. Also this one with the pumpkin. I love, love, love that pumpkin, the shapes of these different pumpkins. I like to sit and just kind of stamp them out and then fussy cut them as well. So here's what I did. I just took some of my cardstock and just stamped out a bunch of them. This was another one from a different stamp set. Let me see if I have that stamp set here. That was from stamp set called Fall Stitched Up. So I love that stamp set as well. That's one of the newer stamp sets. So that's what I use to do these, to stamp these out. I'm not going to use them in this project, but I just went ahead and just stamped stuff out. There's the words there. I can cut them out and have them ready to go. So that's kind of the way I like to do stuff, especially if I'm going to be making a bunch of them. And these are actually going to go on some Halloween cards or tags, right? Here's another one, stamped out a bunch of the candy corn. And then I just color them in, and then while I'm sitting maybe watching TV or listening to music or what have you, I just kind of just go for it and cut them out. This is cute too, Which Way to the Candy. So I'm going to hold these aside because I might use this for my embellishment. Which Way to the Candy, and this Trick or Treat, which I already started working on that, using that. And also these adorable, if you had not seen my Dollar Tree haul, these adorable stickers. They're felt, and this one is the witch's hat, and then I've got the owls. And I got one owl. Let's see, this one came in there too. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. And I've got the shoe, the witch's shoe. So, and these have different colors. So it's got that purple and kind of the yellows and the oranges. So I'm going to use those. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them, but we'll see how it goes. This is kind of mindless crafting, just kind of putting stuff together and not really thinking too much about it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is cover this up. And I'm just going to cover one side. Like if I was making a tag, maybe punching a hole maybe and making a tag, I would cover both sides up. But I only need to cover one side because I know that I'm going to add this to a card. So I think that'll be a fun video to make as well, showing you how I would make a greeting card out of this. Okay, and you can use this inspiration for any season, really. Just get some colors that are related to that season and just go for it. So I'm just going to kind of press that into my cardstock, and this is a very lightweight cardstock, and so I wouldn't necessarily use this as a card base because it's just not heavy enough. but it's perfect for what I'm doing on this. And I was hoping that I could find this in a purple paper, but that's okay. We're just going to work our way around it because I'm really wanting to get that purple into my card or my embellishment. I'm going to do 2 of these in green, and I'm going to cut this out in a moment. And you can use a glue stick also. Glue stick will work really well for you. And I'm using my art glitter glue. Don't leave home without it, right? Okay, I'm just going to add that there. And this is just a good thing. You can actually, if you have scraps, like smaller pieces of paper, you're not sure what to do with it, start covering up some of these packaging, you know, cereal boxes or whatever you have, snack boxes, and just start covering them up and set them aside for later. That way when you're ready to kind of grab them out and just do some mindless crafting, you can just go for it. And you have a bunch of these already done. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'll just show you how I do one in case you haven't seen my videos before. Covering these. Sometimes you can use some decorative paper. I've done that before. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut this out. I'm just going to cut around it. Just like that. And when you add the glue, because that art glitter glue actually dries very quickly, once you add it to your cardstock or whatever you're covering with, just kind of rub it in real good so it kind of flattens out that glue and then it doesn't look bumpy on the other side. See how that's nice and smooth? So that's what you want to do, just kind of really rub it right in. Just these little tips to help you. I think embellishments may be one of the things I really like doing because it doesn't take a whole lot of supplies, and you can kind of, if you like quick craft ideas, this is a great one to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out these other 2 and then we'll get ready to decorate them. Okay, so sometimes when you cut these out, you might have this around it, like you can see that little cardboard, and I think it needs like a little bit of an edge to it. So I'm going to take my black, since I'm working with some of the darker colors on some of my embellishments. I'm going to take this black Sharpie, or I could use my marker, and let me just show you, like a black marker is fine too. And I'm going to just take this and just go around it. And just be careful on this part, because I have slipped before. But you could always cover it up, so no worries. And so I'm kind of just going around it just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of an edge and make it stand out. You see what I did right there? Yep. Don't do that, right? But we can cover that up. Kind of glad I did it. Now I can find a way to cover it up, right? But I do want it to show. If I was to do it in the back, it wouldn't really show up. So I'm going to take my time here. And just go around it just like that. Okay. And so it has a little bit of a black edge, and I think that's going to look really nice when I put it on my card. And to, of course, bring it out even more, some of you probably already know what I'm going to do. I'm going, since this is going to be the one that I put the owl on, I'm going to add some black stitching. So the owl is black, so I'll add some black stitching to it. Let's see, here's my pen here. And some of my, once I add more things to this, it may end up covering up part of the stitching, but that's okay. And you don't have to do just stitching. You can do dots. You can do a combination of dots and stitching around the edges. Okay, see how that looks? And you hardly can see even that little whatever happy accident I had, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the other two, and then we'll start to add our owls and witches hats to it. Okay, so I outlined all of these, and I did some dots, a combination of dots and stitching on this one. So you can just kind of mix it up as you go, but just doing it for inspiration. All right, so let's go ahead and add some of this in. Start with our owl here. And make sure that if you have a gel pen, like the Uniball gel pen, let it dry a little bit. If not, you get this. My hand touched the stitching before it was drying, and it kind of touched that and made a mark, but that's okay because we can cover it up. Okay, so let's use our owl here, and I'm just going to have him kind of off kilter like that. And let's add a little bit of the, let's see how these green sequins look on here. Got a couple of those. Nice and bright. Oh, you know what? I've got some black sequins I've been wanting to use also. So let's see. Got some black ones here. I think those will work. Yes, I've been wanting to use these and had no occasion to use it. So look how nicely those show up on there. So I can use those, and then I can use my trick or treat, my words here. So I'm just going to kind of cut this out in a square, somewhat of a square. Just like that. And let's get that a little bit better than that. Let's see. Okay, so you see how that is there? But guess what? I can break it up a little bit. I think that'll work. And I can kind of tuck it in there. I can move this around here. And you can play with it a little bit till you get it the way you want it. Because remember, it's your embellishment. Not thinking about it too much. I could put or treat right there. Look at that. Just slip that right in there. Look how cute that is. I think that'll work. Yeah, let's see. So let me get a little bit more color in there. Let's see. Get a little bit more of the yellow. So what I'm going to do is just take my yellow markers, and I want y'all to see this because all I did was pulled out the colors of the markers that I wanted to use. So those reds and the purples, not the reds, the orange, the purples, and the greens, I wanted to kind of pull those out. So all I did was just take those markers, and now I can use them to color in what I need. So I kind of like to have my markers ready to go because I don't want to think about it too much. And so if I have a bunch of markers in front of me, I'm like, it's just too much to choose from. Just pull a bunch of those out and just start doing your stuff. And so that way I get to pull in a little bit of yellow on there. Okay, so these are stickers. And for this price, I think it's just excellent. So let's go ahead and pull this off and get this on here first. And I can add in the other stuff around it. I'm just starting with the larger thing. So it's pretty sticky, but I'm going to add a little bit of glue on here. And I think his wing is going to be coming off just a little bit, maybe. I might just have it hanging off, so I'm not going to go all the way. And the nice thing is that I'm going to add this to cards. So it doesn't really matter if the wing is hanging off and still sticky, it's okay. I want to give it that little bit of dimension on there. Look how adorable that looks so far. And I'm going to stick my words in there. And I don't mind it coming off. Trick or treat. Just going to stick that in there. Now if I want, I could add some dimension to it once again. But I think I'll just put these right on there. I'm going to slip this one right here. And it looks fun when it's kind of off kilter. And you can just add in what you want. Now if I wanted to, I can just add a little bit of dimension to this one, just giving you ideas. And let's see if I'm going to do that. Add a little bit of dimension to this. Let's see, so this is going to go on like that. So I'm going to add my dimension to this side right here. And that way it almost looks like it's coming off of his wing when I put it right here. So that's what I'm going for. Trick or treat. Maybe right there. There you go. Just like that. So these are just so fun to do. And I'm really not thinking about it. I knew that I wanted to do these stickers and I wanted them to somehow end up on a card. And although these dimensions are already sticky, I'm just adding a little bit more to it. Just adding a little bit of art glitter glue on there to really hold that on. And then I just put these on here. And let's see. I think I'm going to add my candy corn in there too. Let's add some candy corn in there. And maybe add some dimension to it. I do have a little bit here. These just remind me of a little tiny canvas. And all you're doing is just adding stuff to it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put our sequins in there. And I think we're good to go. I'm just going to add that there. And let me just flip that one over. Let's get rid of that one for a little bit. Lost my sequin. And get another one in there just like that. Oh. Okay, let's get more stick on there. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness, I am loving that. Now, if you want to fill up space, say you're like, oh, I just need something else on there. I would use my gel pen, and you can put some little, just some little tiny dots to fill up space. And this is just something I do. Like if I see something like, I don't want to add another sequin, but I could add some dots in there just to fill up a little bit of space there. Just like that. And then that one is done. And look how adorable. That's going to look so cute on a card. Oh my goodness. See if you can see that okay. All right, it's time to do the next two. Okay, so let's do the witch's hat. I'm really in love with these. I love the way those look. So cute. And see, I've got this here, but I do want to cover that up also. I can cover it up with some kind of sequins, so that's okay. Let's just put it on like this for right now. I think I want to do it like that. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and peel that off. And I'm just going to add, if you want to use a glue gun, you can, but this is pretty sticky. If you add just a little bit of art glitter glue to it, I think it'll stick on its own, but I just like to have that extra added security on that. Okay, and I'm loving that little purple little sash around the hat there, whatever it's called. Okay, let's get this one on here. Let's put that there. Okay, and remember, these are going to be on cards, so it's okay that that sticky stuff is right there. That's good. That's okay. It'll be fine. I'm shocked they got so much detail on this shoe. Put that right there. And you see this little sign here, which way to the candy. I think this would be perfect for this. The nice thing is you can cut it out in whatever, you can stamp it onto whatever colors you want. Maybe something that's lighter so it'll really show up. And so that's what I have so far. Stick that right in there possibly. Maybe have it coming right out of there. I'm kind of liking the way it's coming right out of there, right there. And let's see, I'm going to add something to it. A little bit of purple here. There's something about this purple that I'm really liking. And I'm just outlining this right here with the purple. Just to add in color. That wants to stick to my finger. Just adding a little bit of color in there. Okay, so now if you want, you can outline it if you want. Let's see. Not a big space to work with, so I'm just kind of doing what I can. And you can hear my little doggy under there. And so I need to be careful with this because it can get a little bit, that stitching might not be dry. See how daring I'm being here? Right there. Okay, and so this is what I have so far. Look how adorable that looks. I don't even have everything on it yet, but it's so cute. I think I'm going to have to do one to turn this into a card so y'all can see what I do with it. Okay, let's get some orange in there. All right. So we got a little bit of orange in there. And I'm going to add, gotta have a candy corn somewhere in there. Oh, we got a pumpkin also, let's see. Yep. We got a pumpkin and candy corn. So let's see what we got here. Add something else in there. Yep, I don't want that pumpkin to be too flat. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more dimension on there. And you see how everything just comes together. You just have to give it a try. So cute. Okay, let me go ahead and do it on this other one since I did it on that. All right. Just going to add that right there to give it some dimension. And once again, if you need to add something in here, you just kind of go in just a little bit. I had fun coloring in those candy corns. Just add some little dots if you want to fill in space. Think of it as your own little art canvas. And so there you go. There's the other one. Look how fun. Look how fun those look. Okay, let's finish this one off now. And let's grab up some candy corn here. Yeah, I'm going to get some purple sequins. think I got some green ones too, but that green won't be good on the green, so I'll leave those alone. Let's see. I think I'm going to do with the candy corn on here. And another trick or treat. Yep. Got a little bit of that. Okay, I'm going to have this right here maybe. Somewhere in there. And let's add a little bit of the purple to that. I'm loving these letters because you can just add a little bit to it. You don't need a whole lot. And you can just leave them and not do anything with them. And that way you have your color that matches the hat. Just that little bit. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put this on here. And I'm going to just lay this right on there. Just like that. Maybe there, I could do it here. I think I'm going to put it right underneath the hat. Because I'm not thinking about it. Now, if I wanted to, another thing I could do, or could have done, was to add a tiny little black, get some black cardstock and add a little border right around there, just for a little bit more added detail. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Do something like that, because I'm trying to cover that little thing up right there. Put one there. Put another one right there. And another one right there. Perfect. Okay. And these are so fun. Oh my goodness. Now if I want, I can tuck a pumpkin somewhere in here. Let's see. If I don't have... Maybe I'll hold those aside until I put my card together. Maybe have one coming off of the side. I'm not sure. But I think I need to do a card video. What do you think? I think I need one. Okay, so let's see how we're going to line these sequins up on here. One there. This green is perfect. That green background just works. Okay, and so for those of you that might ask me about this tool, it is a We Are Memory Keepers Quick Stick tool. But I'll make sure I put everything below that I used to create this project. Look how adorable that is. Oh my goodness. And now if I want, I can take my gel pen, my black gel pen, and I can just do some little circles, or little dots I should say, just right in certain areas, filling in more space, just like that. And I think we're all done. Look how adorable those are. These are going to look so cute on cards. I'll come back and I will do a card tutorial for you all, how to use these embellishments on cards. And here's the first one that I did. Look how adorable that is, and looks so fun. So I hope you were inspired by this project. I had a fun time sharing it with you. Give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe because I would love to have you be part of our crafty family. So, I'll see you real soon. Bye.